that oil spill across the coast of Tamil Nadu. Chennai beaches there that are battling this oil leak after two ships collided off the Kamarajar port there. The experts have been saying that this oil slick may not move beyond Tamil Nadu coast due to its low quantity, but fears here being that this spill will have a long-term impact on the marine ecosystem. The Chennai oil spill, which is deadly for spawning fish and nesting turtles. On your screens, of course, we're playing out these images of a rescue that is on for marine life that has been affected there.
The oil spill at Ennore has not just been restricted to that place, but it has spread to other beaches in Chennai as well. Right now, I'm at Marina Beach, and you can see how the oil spill has affected Marina Beach as well. It has left 24.06 kilometers of Chennai coastline polluted so far. This, according to the Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services. Indian Coast Guard had sought their advice and data. The company owners of the boat MT Don Kanchipuram claimed that 2 metric tons of oil could have spilled over, but looks like more than that could have spilled over, because already the authorities have removed 1.1 metric ton of oil, and still so much oil is left in the coast here in Chennai. So obviously there has been some kind of a flip-flop by both the owners of the ship and also the government authorities. With video journalist Videsh, this is Priyambada in Chennai for NewsX.
I'd like to bring to the notice of this House that there is the different organizations of the government are not coming together when a damage like this happens. And there are reports that indicate around 35 kilometers of the Chennai coastline has been polluted, and marine life, including turtles and fish, have died, and the ecosystem has been irreparably damaged. The livelihood of fishermen and their health and safety are of concern. There is a confusion whether the Coast Guard or the Kamarajar Port Authority should lead the cleaning operations. Initially, the Coast Guard used 2 submersible pipes to remove the oil. At some point, the workers of the port and locals were scooping out oil using buckets. There is a clear lack of coordination between the Coast Guard, Kamarajar Port authorities and the Fishing Ministry. We don't have enough trained personnel to manage situations like this.
The oil spillage at Ennore has shocked everyone in Tamil Nadu and has also become a cause of concern now, considering that spillage is now spreading to Marina Beach and other beaches nearby, and you can smell that pungent smell, and it is extremely difficult. It's a tedious process to remove it manually. A group of NGO is assisting the Coast Guard. We are joined by Felix and also Yelimalai. They're all from Tree Foundation. Felix, tell us how long you've been involved in this and how are you removing this oil from here?
My colleagues started yesterday with removing, and I joined today, and I think we will be here for the next days. And we're using manpower and mugs and carry the oil from the ocean up and put it in tanks.
And environmentally, how dangerous is this?
It's very dangerous. It affects all marine life and also the coastal areas. It's very dangerous.
Have you seen any turtles or any other marine life dying? Have you come across that?
I haven't seen anything, but I think 2 or 3 turtles have died because of the oil.
And how is it likely to affect the humans living around, people living around this area?
That I don't really know, but we're here especially for the marine life and protecting the marine life.
So how are you removing this?
We're using mugs and manpower, like I said, and remove it manually.
Isn't there any other kind of technology through which you can remove this?
I don't know, maybe, but the Coast Guard is here and the protection service, so maybe they have ideas.
So tell us, who are the volunteers basically? Is it dangerous? Are precautionary measures being taken to safeguard people who are trying to remove this oil?
Yeah, we can remove the oil in the fishermen, local NGO and Coast Guard also removing the oil. So oil also came in the seashore. Okay, insect fish also is very healthy. So people also eat the fishing, is no problem.
So who saw this oil spillage first, identified it?
Fishermen, yeah, local fishermen.
So how is it like, how long will it take to remove this entire oil from here? Because it has now spread to Marina Beach and other beaches also.
Okay. We coordinate the all NGOs and governments, coordinate, and then every village, and Nilangara village also, morning also some oil spill came. So you can school students, college students also come to beach, clean the oil spill is very easy,
So how long will it take to clean this area?
Maybe 10 days more.
So it's going to take really, really long time. It's manually they are removing the oil from this place. It's obviously a big task and a challenge before them. With video journalist Bidesh, this is Priyamvada in Ennore for NewsX.
Yeah, it's very, very dangerous, and I think we have been urging both the governments, especially the central government, which is responsible to clear that, because the fishermen there are suffering a lot, and moreover the pollution on the sea is also very much hazardous. So I think such things should be taken care of, that it will not be repeated in future, and suitable precautions must be taken, and immediately the shipping ministry or the concerned ministry should step in a war-footed manner to rescue and relieve the pains.
Lot of pictures have appeared in the newspaper showing the waste of that, and it is a serious cause of many kinds of vulnerable disease. Therefore, the government, central government as well as state government, must take serious note of it and do wash all the remainings of the oil seeps.
On 28th January around 4 a.m., two ships collided here at Ennore in the outer anchorage of Kamarajar port. The two ships, MT Maple, which was carrying LPG consignment, and MT Dawn Kanchipuram, which was entering with a full load of petrol and lubricants. There was a collision of these two ships, which has resulted in this oil spill. Nobody expected that this will be polluting the beaches in Chennai, but now slowly this environmental hazard has spread to different beaches in Chennai, namely the Elliott's Beach, the Marina Beach. All the beaches are polluted now. People are able to see the oil, and this oil is extremely dangerous according to environmentalists. It contains a chemical called benzene, which is very harmful. So anyone who touches this oil, this chemical, or even inhales this particular smell that we are getting now is extremely dangerous, is what the environmentalists are saying. Right now, Coast Guard and local fishermen along with NGOs are trying their level best to clean this area, but it's a very tedious task considering the oil spillage has kind of spread, and because of the ocean currents, it is moving in different directions. With video journalist Bidesh, this is Priyamvada in Ennore for NewsX.
Our Deputy News Editor Priyamvada, of course, extensive reportage there that's coming in from you. My first question here to you, strategies that the authorities here are coming up with to contain this oil spill, has the government stepped in well in time, or are we just seeing volunteers and NGOs on ground there?
But there is no clear-cut strategy by the government. They are just probably in the dark about how to handle the situation. They are manually removing the oil from the sea, which is very, very tedious. Right now, I'm at Marina Beach. This pollution has spread to Marina Beach as well. There are efforts to clean up this place. You can see the oil deposits, the residues that you can see here. If I can ask my video journalist to show you, this is the oil residue that we are seeing here at the Marina Beach. The pollution has spread and it has reached Marina Beach. It is definitely a very dangerous situation. It is being said that more than 24-kilometer stretch of Chennai coast has been affected.
All right, nearly 23 kilometers and beyond is what we're given to understand. But Priyamvada, were the authorities in denial when this first happened? Any legal action being taken perhaps in any regard here whatsoever?
Absolutely. For the initial few days, the authorities kept saying there was not much of oil spillage, there is nothing to worry, everything is fine, which means they either wanted to put the entire truth under the carpet or they were in the denial mode. Only now, after the issue became big, it is being, Coast Guard has sought a report from agencies, and it has now been found that more than 24 kilometers of Chennai coast has been polluted.
Yes, but what really are the side effects? Of course, clearly evident, the impact on marine life, the people as well, the fishermen who are in the area.
Well, obviously there are multiple side effects for this. One, the marine life could be really affected because this is a crude oil which contains a chemical called benzene, which is extremely harmful to not just the marine life but also people. So the second effect could be on people who are living close to the coast. The air that they are inhaling, the pungent smell that emanates from it could create some kind of a respiratory trouble, skin rashes. All this are very much possible, but the biggest danger now is for the marine life, which the authorities are really worried about.
And when we speak about the threat here to marine life, Priyamvada, are we getting in numbers so far, given that this accident that took place, this head-on collision of two ships here on the 28th of January, are we getting in figures of the number of fish, sea turtles that have been affected by this?
Sources are saying so far at least 3 turtles have died, and the turtle population, there are thousands and thousands of turtles in the Chennai coast which could be affected because of this oil spillage, and the fishes, as I said, marine life. I've been telling that marine life will get affected, so it's definitely a big threat to the Chennai coast.
Priyamvada, have there been investigations here on this, on how exactly did this come about? We're of course establishing this was a head-on collision between two ships, but what really happened in that?
Well, there was this ship MT Maple, a foreign flag ship which was coming from the Kamarajar port trust and going outside from the anchorage. Another ship, Indian flagship called MT Kanchipuram, Don Kanchipuram, which was entering the anchorage. There was a collision between these two ships because of lack of communication between the captains. Usually the communication has to be made clear, but in this case there was no proper communication, because of which there was a collision. This led to a dent in the MT Maple, which was having LPG, and also 2 holes in MT Don Kanchipuram. From that hole, the lubricants, the ship was carrying lubricants and oil, which started spilling, and it has reached the coast.
Priyamvada, thanks for that update there. We'll leave it at that, but in other